There's a psychological coping mechanism called sublimination, where we find normal activities that allow us to express what would otherwise be seen as not socially unacceptable behaviors. So it's the 10 or 12-year-old boy who is angry, who is feeling really hurt, who feels like lashing out and can't punch his schoolmate in the face, can't tackle a teacher, but can join the football team and can knock around any and everybody as long as they do it within the rules. So I
Yeah.
have this outlet, or I can do wrestling, or I could do gardening, or I could do painting, or I could do singing, or I could do rap. I can finding a way to subliminate, to kind of take what would otherwise be, well, rap and wrestling and these not wrestling, rap and gardening aren't necessarily sublimination. There's a displacement of emotion by something else. But these other ones I was talking about, these are socially unacceptable behaviors, attacking somebody physically. But in this specific space, it is not only allowed, it is celebrated. And so I wonder if that this is my mind going on another tangent. I wonder if that's why we have so many brothers in the NFL and
Mm.
in some of these other sports, because they don't have these other spaces to express some of the hurt that they're feeling. They
Yeah.
want to crash out, but there's
Yeah.
no space for crashing out. And so the best place to crash out is join the football team, and you become really good at it
Yeah.
because there's so much to give. I wonder to myself if that crashing out in itself is not necessarily a negative thing.
Mm.
But if crashing out is your only option, if crashing out is the only coping mechanism that you have, then you're in trouble. I don't think people just show up and just crash out. Oh, my toe is hurting me this morning. I'm going to crash out. But if my toe is hurting me and there's no food in the fridge and my mom has been gone for a few days and I don't know where my dad is and I have no clean clothes to go to school and I have an exam that I know I'm going to fail because I'm reading at a second grade level and I'm in eighth grade.
Mm.
And I walk into school and somebody says, "Here comes this big dummy again."
Mm.
I am here.
Yeah.
And all it takes is just and it may not even be directed at me. I overhear somebody saying, "Here comes this big dummy again." And they're looking in my direction and laughing. And I assume it's me that they're talking about. And so before they even say anything, I grab something or I rush at them and it becomes violent.
Yeah.
And that's because when all of those smaller stresses were developing and building, I didn't have the outlet valves to let out some of that frustration, some of some of those emotions. We're talking about how Black fathers can provide support for kids and help their children with emotional socialization. But how are schools and our systems not recognizing the emotional work that Black fathers are doing, but also not recognizing the work that needs to happen with our kids? These kids who are crashing out are not crashing out from home, they're also crashing out from school. What is it about our systems that's causing it to not recognize both the work that's being done, but also the work that needs to be done among our kids?